What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Remember, go check out Trade Ideas. I'll be back in a few minutes. Until then, you can go check out Trade Ideas, the best scanners in the game. Shout out to them. Sorry for the echo. Ugh. The echo. Wow. Oh my gosh, that echo nearly killed me. Alright. Again, go check out Trade Ideas. There's the link in the chat. Sorry about the echo. There we go. Had to mute myself, man. That echo was serious. I'll be back, guys. I use Trade Ideas scanners, Kevin. Yeah, these are Trade Ideas scanners. I'll post the link if you want to go check them out. I really think they're the best scanners in the game. I think that's why everybody uses them. But yeah, they're Trade Ideas scanners. I'll post the link if you want to go check them out. We do the stream for free, and so if you sign up for the scanners, it's a great way to help support the channel. But I'll post the link if you're interested. But yeah, it's Trade Ideas. There you go. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll be back, guys. I mean that's 100%. I completely agree with that, finance. That's why like I put the scanners up for the first few minutes, but then after that I actually day trade live. And so the first 30 45 minutes of the day is just my scanners cuz that's when I'm making my coffee and getting ready. But then after that I actually put my executing broker up and I actually trade live and let people watch me trade live. And so it's not just the scanners. I actually trade live every weekday. So people can kind of see everything that I'm doing and my logic behind what I do specifically. And last week, I think I only had one losing day, and I streamed it all live. And then, I've been doing pretty well in the market. Last month or so, I'm definitely up probably $1,000 maybe in gross profits in the last month, maybe. But I'm still learning myself. But I'm just letting people watch me so they can kind of see what it's really like to day trade for a with a small account. Native, you don't really know which ones are going to be runners. I mean, some of them will, obviously, but some of them are not, and it just depends. Something Mitch and I always like to say is we don't like to necessarily react, or we don't like to try to predict what some of these stocks are actually going to do. We prefer to just react to what they do, what they actually do. And so instead of trying to predict, we just try to react. And I think that's kind of what you have to do because you never really know what a stock's going to do. You might think it's going to shoot up at the open, but it actually could just crash back down. And so you never really know, and it's best to get into kind of a reactive mindset instead of a predictive, if that makes sense. Hey, no worries. No worries, native. I got you, man. No stress, bro. That's pretty. Huh? Here, sorry guys, my kids are out here.
Alfred. Wait, can I be on it? Is my name Galfred in the game? No, it's Garfred. Garfred?
Alright, hold on guys. Alright guys. See if we could find anything else that's moving. Right now I see, and we'll have Mitch look over a few things once he gets here, but COTY gapping down. My biggest watch is honestly TIGR. Mostly because it's actually tradable for me. And so I definitely watch TIGR. And we'll look up some news on that one as well. DOVA maybe. RBZ looks pretty strong as well. I don't mind that one. So RBZ, TIGR. The SPY in the overall market is about break even. It's roughly break even. It's not really up a huge amount. It's not down, or it's down some, but it's not down a huge amount. So the overall market is down slightly, but mostly break even. I wouldn't consider it really super down or anything. SRC, RVLV gapping up some. MAXR, IOVA. So we got a few options, but similar to yesterday, a little bit duller of a day. I think summer trading is upon us for sure. But we'll have a few options to check out. What's up, James? What's up, Scott? What's up, man? Yo, what's up, Netron? Honestly, guys, I'm kind of excited. I actually made it through this morning without being nauseous and without taking my nausea medicine. So I did not take my nausea medicine once today. I've just been drinking ginger tea. I wish it had caffeine in it, but it doesn't. But yeah, I've been drinking ginger tea. I made it all morning without taking my nausea medicine. And so we're going to try to make it through the day today without getting sick. We'll see. But we'll shoot for it. We also have SOLY popping up on my scanners here. I did post my watch list a little bit earlier. Yeah, AMD looks good. I mean, let me zoom out a little bit. For some reason I got this 1 minute chart, which is terrible. It's got a 1 minute, 1 day chart, which is no bueno. I'm going to put a 5 day chart on there. There we go. Yeah, I mean, one thing I realize is that you never really know. Kind of the way I've noticed I do it, the way I trade, and I can kind of recognize how I trade a little bit is I'll watch AMD and the microchip stocks, but if they're pushing up, you know, if the microchip stocks are pushing up, then I'll look at the cannabis stocks. And if the cannabis stocks are pushing up as well, that's when I kind of look for other stocks to short. But if either of those are dropping and setting up for a fade, I'll typically take the VWAP fade with those. So it just depends on how those are setting up. At least that's how I've been trading lately. I look for the VWAP fade on AMD and microchip and cannabis, and if none of those are fading, then I kind of look at other stuff. But if those are fading, then I'll take advantage of those. Thank you, though. I just don't want to get too nauseous. The ginger tea's helping, though, I think. My mother-in-law's asking if I wanted scrambled eggs. Not right now. I think I'm going to get too nauseous with them. Oh, man, it's been tough, guys. Honestly, it's the sickest I've been in years. Years, man. S&P futures are down, so if the market follows the SPY, it should be a good day to fade. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, one thing I've realized as a mostly short bias trader is that you never really know. You know, you never really know what the market's going to do. You never really know. You know what I mean? I will say this for Michigan. I've seen more animals in Michigan than I have for the last 2 years. And I've seen more animals in Michigan in the last 2 days than I have in the last year in Texas. Since I've been here, we've seen deer, woodchucks, like seriously huge woodchucks, and then we've seen rabbits. But I see rabbits at home in Texas, and then we also saw turkeys. I believe it was turkeys. It looked like turkeys. So we've seen a bunch of wild animals since we've been here, which is cool. Not a bad trading environment, you know. Do we see mountain lions back in Texas? I'm sure there are mountain lions, but I don't know about in Texas. There might be. Texas is more like coyotes, I'm sure. There's more kind of coyotes in Texas. And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of animals in Texas, don't get me wrong. But where we are in Michigan, there's just way more. I believe so, Sid. I'm pretty sure. Texas is pretty flat. Texas is pretty flat. Yo, yo. Honestly, I can hear the birds echo on your end coming through on my end, and it sounds lovely. Oh, honesty, man. The birds, it's like a, you know, it's honestly like one of those pre-recorded sounds that help you sleep. Like I can hear the birds, man. It's pretty out here. You know, I gotta give it credit. I like Michigan. You know. Honestly, you're sounding great today, man. You know how? Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure they can hear you. But you're sounding good, man.
All
How's
right,
Mitch sound? Mitch got a
that's
new
good
headset.
news.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
brand new headset. I mean, I plan on using my mic for like videos and stuff, but at least for the stream, I want something a little easier.
Yeah.
So I went on and got a new Logitech headset,
Nice.
and yeah, it's working pretty well,
Yeah,
you know.
man. You're sounding clear, man. You're sounding clear.
Yeah, my only concern was the mic. You know, a lot of headsets have crappy mic. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I
all right,
mean,
so
you
it's
sound
good
good,
news.
man. Yeah, you sound
That's
good. The
good
mic sounds
news.
good.
All right.
Can everybody hear Mitch? Let's do a check. Mic check.
Mic check 2 1 2.
But yeah, man.
Mic check. So what's going on, guys? How we doing? Ready for another trading day? Ready to get back at it?
Because honestly, if that one works, you might have to send me the mic you have, because I'll use that one too. Because mine, the only problem is I run out of room for my mic. Like I have one of those blue snowball mics, and I run out of room. Uh, I run out of room with my mic. Like I don't. I have so many screens and stuff for the stream up that I don't actually have room to bring my mic much closer to me. If that makes sense. So yeah, guys, we'll be doing the face cam again today. Give me about 5 minutes. We'll get that thing rolling as well. Should be fun. My kids keep asking me if they can be in the stream, and I told them I guess, but I don't know. All right, Mitch, hold it down, brother. I'm gonna go do something. I'll be back
All
in.
right, I got you.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
All right, guys, let me know some stocks you guys are checking out.
Oh wait, before I do that, you want me to throw you up so they could see you?
Yeah,
All
that
right.
sounds fine.
Let me see if I can squeeze this like I did last time. Sorry guys, I'm gonna try to squeeze Mitch here. Oh yeah, put it main screen. Because if you
Nice.
put it main screen,
Yeah, I got you.
okay.
Test. There you go. Boom. Switch over these things. All right.
Oh no, see if you can put one chart as the main screen if you're gonna. Yeah,
There you go.
There you go. All right. All right, guys. There we go. There's Mitch. I'll be right back. Mitch
All
with
right,
his
all
new
right.
mic, with his new loud mic. Man, that's loud.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's doing well.
Nah, it picks me up well. I can bring it down a little bit, but you guys let me know if I need to bring it down.
I mean, it might be loud for me, but I doubt it's loud for everybody else. I just have these headphones on, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I'm using the noise removal also, so there's not that kind of background noise. Hopefully that's going to help with the background noise. Yeah, you know it. All right, I got some stocks to check out here. One that I'm definitely going to watch is LJPC. LJPC for sure. Yeah, LJPC has a good daily chart. As we know, this one's a former runner, ran up there in June 7th. Starting to see a little lift in it again. It's trying to make its way up there to this 1022 resistance. I'm going to be paying attention today to see if it's going to get above and get into that 10, or if we're going to get reject right off this 970 and come right back down to this $9 range. We'll keep this one on watch. Let's go ahead and look up at some of the ones in the chat room. I see ABBV and Square and HTZ. Let's go ahead and check some of those out. Let's check out Square here. All right, Square on a 15-minute. Looks like it's holding a little flaggish pattern. Go ahead and draw a downward trending line here. And you see a nice base here at that $73. Okay, let's see how strong that point is. Let's go to a multiple time frame. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go into the daily chart and see where it really is. Looks like we're in a long-term pattern here that's holding. So let's go into the weekly chart. That should help us go ahead and see the stock a little easier. All right, guys. So we see Square has made it kind of this run up, huge run up, pull back, has come back up, pull back, come back up. So that's what I'm expecting too. I'm expecting this to get back up here to these levels, kind of test these 77, 97s, and then we're gonna see if this $82 wants to hold, and it wants to come back down to $50. This does look like, to me, kind of the signs of the beginning of a bear pattern. You get this down, one up, one down, two up, two down, and we can get the three up here, kind of get a resistance line up here. Starting to build some resistance up there at that blue line there. And that's what you want to see it kind of come up to, and then it can retrace all the way back down here. If not, if it gets above that 80, it can definitely get some strength and make its way right back to 100. Let's go ahead and take a look at HTZ. HTZ has been one that's been fighting. It got hit pretty badly on the daily chart. But if you look at this from the long term, of course, long term, HCZ has really pulled back over time. Had a chance in 2016 when it went a little crazy there. But ever since then, really can't get back to this $30 level. This $30 level for Hertz was really important, and it never could hold it. So now it's the $20 level that's become really important for HTZ. Can it get back above $20, and can it hold above $20? You see this long trending line here, still holding well. It's had a couple of wicks past. You can see a wick here, a wick, a wick, but now has kind of rejected the 1714. And we're going to see if it's going to hold below that line. There's the next support, which is down here. And you're going to see if it's going to make its way towards this 1334 or make its way back up to $18. This stock has a good range. HTZ put out some good news. That's why it made its last run in June and now has been making a pullback in July. Let's go ahead and keep that one on watch. I'll have it on my watch list and definitely be watching out for HTZ. RBZ, only 25 shares. Hey, sometimes a lot of people's trade kind of these parabolic stocks, and they get into a trade like this with way too big of a size, and it actually creates so much pressure that they become a loser because of the pressure itself. If you can trade it with 25 shares, hey, just stick to that game. Native gamer, it's definitely going to help out because at the end of the day, you're going to be able to stick to your risk and reward, and you'll be able to expand it and let your trade work versus trying to cut your trade too early, thus losing out on good profits. All right, let's see what's on the gappers list here. That RBZ, definitely going to be watching that one. I'll check the news on that one when John gets back. I see it holding well here at 450. It's made that third attempt there. Now you want to see it kind of come back and hold the support. It can come back to 420s, maybe 410s, but you want to see some volume build up there and people buying up on the time and sales. AMRN. Hey, Justin, you know my baby. You know my baby AMRN. Yes, definitely have this one on watch. It's done a pretty good breakout here. As if you watch on the weekly, that's what I really like to look at AMRN on. You can see these kind of three drives up, one down, two up, two down, three up. Kind of gotten that third drive up there. We're gonna see if it wants to open up and continue on blasting up there to 22.92, or if we're going to make a pullback here to the 17.07. And look who we have here, guys. Look who it is. Setting up. You see him? I can't hear you. That's the only thing, though.
Oh, I've been sitting here talking. All right, now y'all can hear me, right? Is that good? Does that work? Let me see. Maybe this side's probably a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right, we are in,
Yeah, I
guys.
don't
We are
think
in.
John knows Justin. He's having
What?
that full on conversation right now.
What? Y'all can hear me now? Oh, wait, yeah, they can hear me, Mitch. You can't. So the joke's on you, bro. You know what's funny, Mitch, is that they could hear me. You couldn't. So the joke is on you, bro.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, man. The joke's on you. They can hear me. You can't.
Yeah, I just lips.
Ah, man, I'm drinking ginger tea this morning. Ginger tea. Honestly, I haven't drinking coffee in like 4 days. I might give up
Eh,
caffeine since I've been sick, but whew, man, I'm up at least. What's up, guys? Yeah, they can hear me.
what's
Yeah,
going on, traders? How we doing? We got a couple good. We got some new people in the house. We got Scott, Kevin, Native Gamer, James in the house, of course. Netron, Junior Cyclist.
y'all can hear me, but my voice is low. Uh oh.
I think it might be, my badass mic, coming through.
I know, man. Your mic's flexing on mine, man. You know, your mic's flexing on mine, man. And nobody can hear me. It should be.
Budweiser IPO. I didn't know about that one. Hey, you see, you could teach us something yourself, Keith.
Sorry, my my daughter wants to be on the video, and I told her just to wait. We'll do it a little bit later once I'm done streaming, or once I'm done trading. She's yelling at me to be on the video. I had to tell her to wait. They want to be stars like me, you know.
Yeah, they're trying to get on the big television.
Yeah, man. All right. So I was talking about these earlier. I'm liking TIGR. TIGR looks good. AMRN looks pretty good as well. AMRN, TIGR. I know both of those are actually tradable for me. So if you're on TAFs and TradeNet, those actually are tradable. And so you may want to consider those as well. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, TIGR looks good. AMRN. DOVA looks good as well. I think the volume's just a little bit lower for it. But we got a really nice obvious range. If I throw my chart up here, like you can see this, we got a really nice obvious range for TIGR. And so we got that range in between 580s right here and about 650 or so. And so that 650 to 580 range looks very obvious. If you guys look at my chart here, you can see it. It's very obvious. And that's what I'm ultimately looking at for TIGR. I want to see how this range is going to hold right here. And it might have a narrow range in there as well. But I want to see how this range right here is going to hold. And then I'm going to kind of attack that range right here, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm not used to this mouse. I'm used to a regular mouse. I actually have I'm using my laptop mouse, which everybody knows are much worse. But yeah, what do you think about TIGR, Mitch? We also have AMRN.
Of course, that's one of my babies.
Yeah, man. It looks good. Volume's good. A lot of volume. Gap up there. So we got some, it looks decent. We got some action. Yeah, if you can't see the actual stocks on this, just go to the little sprocket underneath the video and go where it says settings and go to quality and just select 1080p HD. That's what I have. I have it set on 1080p HD. I think 60 FPS, and so it should be okay if you have the internet connection to run it. But it should be fine, I would think.
Yep.
IGC. IGC. Yeah, man, I can hear the birds on your end.
Yeah, yeah. The birds don't play.
On your end, man.
They're probably coming through my headset, and you could still hear it through the mic.
Right.
They chirping. It's
Yeah,
time to
man.
get up.
Honestly, they're out here, man. They're out here. That's what I said. I've seen more animals in the last 2 days in Michigan than I have in the last, I don't know, like year in Texas. Since I've been here, I've seen a lot of rabbits, but I have rabbits in my backyard in Texas. But we have woodchucks, and these woodchucks are like 3 feet wide. They're serious woodchucks out here. And then we've seen turkeys, we've seen deer, and so I'm not. There's wild animals out here, man. I'm trading in the wild right now. I should have titled the stream that "Trading in the Wild." You know, we got the bird noise and everything. You can see the background. All right, so I'm just drinking my ginger tea here.
All right. It looks like Budweiser is opening up an IPO in Asia,
Uh-oh, what's the IPO?
in Hong Kong. It's BUD.
Hmm.
That Bud.
Yeah, man.
I wonder why they chose that name.
They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. I'm in Michigan right now. It's legal in Michigan, but the laws are so screwed up in Michigan right now. You know, so basically,
Oh, yeah.
it's illegal.
Michigan's always all over the place.
Well, the dispensaries will open up next year here, but the laws here are basically you can't sell it, and so what they do is they have like loopholes here where it's like technically you can't sell it, but you can gift it to other people, and so it's like they'll sell you $100 T-shirt and then gift you something. You know, that's the loophole here in Michigan. But hey, whatever works. You know,
Hey,
I'm
buying
not
those
judging.
$100 T-shirts, aren't you?
I'm not judging. Nah, not here with my kids. But you know, if my kids weren't here, I'd be doing it. You know, all day. But my kids are here.
Hey, look at Soli on that downward gaps. Yeah, definitely gonna watch Soli to break down
Yeah,
at that
man.
support there.
I did see
Broke
that one on the gap.
broke 15. 15 is really strong support there for that one. We'll keep it on watch.
Yeah.
See if I can get a push on that one up there to that 1436 area. You can risk off of 1450. We'll keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, it's not looking bad.
I like when stocks have that multi-day breakdown look. Just been weak. No one wants to buy it. No new catalyst. Super extended still. And usually just starts tracing on back.
Right. Yeah, let's go ahead and look up some news. That's true. Appreciate it, Scott. You're helping me out. News on RTTR Pharmaceuticals. Let's look at RTTR real quick, just because Scott's helping us out with news. They announced their last patient, last visit in its phase 3 Liberatus clinical trial of RPG28 for lactose intolerance. So I'm assuming that means positive data from that phase 3 trial. So sounds like positive data for RTTR. We'll see what happens with that one. Let's go ahead and look up. We can look up TIGR here as well. Let's just get the news thing rolling here. See what we got in the market right now.
Tigger.
Yeah, man. TIGR.
I was a big Tigger fan. I'm not even gonna lie.
With Winnie
Put
the
myself
Pooh?
out there.
the Pooh, man.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
the guy right there, man.
He was a boss, man. I don't care what anybody says. U.S. All right, so this is the news for the market this morning, guys. We got U.S. stocks were set for a slightly lower open Tuesday as risk aversion resurfaced amid doubts that a substantive trade deal between the world's two largest economies can be quickly achieved. Dow futures slipped 0.1%, S&P futures declined 0.06%, Nasdaq futures fell 0.09%. U.S. and China agreed on a trade truce on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Osaka, Japan over the weekend. And oil prices nudged lower with global benchmark crude down 0.66% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate down 1.4% despite a new deal by major producers to extend oil supply cuts until March 2020. So slightly lower open, not really. Like I said earlier in the market, it's kind of a break-even day. It's not a ridiculously down day. It's not a ridiculously up day. It's down a little bit, but it's basically break even. And so I think it could go either way really at the open. As a short bias trader, obviously I want it to go down, but as somebody that lives in the US, I kind of want it to go up as well. So I'm conflicted, which I think trading makes you over time. Let's see what else. Any other news that people want to see? Any other news that people want to see today? Any other stocks? Oh yeah, let's look. I think we looked at TIGR. What's the other one? AMRN. Let's check out AMRN. It's this bottom chart here on my charts. Yeah, we got another market news that said U.S. stock index futures pulled back after the S&P notched its 6th record year in the wake of the China-U.S. trade truce achieved at the G20 meeting in Japan. Alright, so AMRN raised sales guidance. I see that for AMRN. There's got to be something else. Looks like we got positive revenue for AMRN. I think that's what's going on, actually. Yeah, so positive revenue and increased sales guidance for AMRN. So not bad. That's good news, obviously. We'll see if it can continue its move up here. That's ultimately what we're going to look for with AMRN. It just depends. It's got a lot of resistance above it now, and when I say resistance, I just mean levels like this that it puts in, lower highs, and so we'll see if those levels can continue to hold. But we do have some levels. We got a lot of support at that 2060, 2050 level for AMRN, and so I think that's a serious level. It's kind of testing it now, and so if it can hold there, or even if it breaks under there and that level holds as resistance, I still think that could be interesting with AMRN. So that's kind of what I'll watch for it. If it does that, I could look for a fade, maybe with that level as a risk. And so we'll see if those levels hold, and if they do, we'll see what we can kind of attack with those type of situations. What else we got today, guys? Man, the birds chilled out. There they go. DCIX on my scanners as well. TCON. Alright, let's look at some of these. TCON low volume. RBZ looks a little bit better. RBZ. And we can look up the news for RBZ as well here. So the company announced an extension plan with RBZ is what that seems. Yeah, they extended their sell to rebond service in Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Australia. Rebonds is a platform for buying and selling luxury goods. The sell to rebond service aims to make the selling and buying of luxury pre-owned designer products to luxury consumers easy. That's a nice little niche in the market. You know, wish I would have thought of that. Alright, so yeah, guys, we also have SMPL here. SMPL, which doesn't necessarily look bad. Just low volume on its gap up here. If you look at the gap up on this bottom chart, just a little bit low volume for SMPL, but I'll still keep an eye on it regardless of all that. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put some videos out in the next few days. I've kind of missed making videos. It's just been a while, you know. This, like I said, this is the sickest I've been in years. Honestly, I don't think I've been this sick in a while. Especially with this is the worst my stomach has ever felt. Roku. Look at Roku here. Yeah, Roku's down some, but man, Roku's been pushing up a lot though. Last time I really watched Roku, it was well, actually, I guess it dropped down some from those 100 highs, but I remember Roku. I traded Roku on IPO day. So on IPO day, I traded Roku, and it was the most money I've ever made from an IPO. I swing traded Roku on IPO day till the next day with like a few shares, and I made a decent amount on it. To be honest though, long term, I think Roku is going to fail. I hate to say it, but I think long term it's going to fail. It's going to ultimately become obsolete eventually. And so that's kind of my take on Roku. I hate to say it, if you're long in it, maybe you're right. I just think I think long term Roku's gonna fail. I think it's ultimately gonna become obsolete. There's gonna be too much competition for it from the big companies, and you know, it's not gonna be able to sustain itself. Yeah, I mean, your mom is sick too with stomach stuff. It just depends. If it's stomach stuff, man, just tell them to get some rest. Drink some ginger. That's what I'm drinking. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm just drinking tea. Yeah, I mean Roku. It's just there's gonna be too much competition in the streaming world. You know, it's a good idea, but I don't think they can necessarily compete with the big dogs in that sector. Like I think Amazon, Facebook, Netflix. I think they're all gonna be trying to take it out. And so I think Roku, it may be doing well now, but I think long term it's gonna fail. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I think long term it's gonna fail. Said the same thing about GameStop a year ago. Right, and I think that's one of the ways where it would be actually successful. Wheelhouse is if like Amazon or Netflix or one of the big streaming companies came in and bought them out. I think that way Roku would survive. But it just depends on whether they're actually going to try to buy it out or whether they would just try to make their own and save the money and just try to end it that way. Because here's the thing, I actually used Roku for the first time on my trip here, and I actually used Roku for the first time on my trip here. And so what I've noticed is that Roku typically comes with like cheaper TVs, um, and like we bought a little 32-inch TV for our stay at this Airbnb because we didn't have a TV in our room, and when our kids go to bed, we want to be able to watch a movie and stuff, and so we bought a TV for while we're here. And that's the first time I've used Roku. But like I said, just using it, I don't know how sustainable that is. I think it'll either fail long term, or like Wheel said, it'll get bought out by a bigger company. And I think that's very possible, and that is plausible and makes sense as well. Yeah, man, I've been drinking ginger tea, and ginger tea has for sure been helping a lot. All right, guys. So yeah, we'll see what we get today. Green Day yesterday. I'm gonna go get my charger so my screen can be a little bit brighter because my screen honestly is a little bit dull right now, and so
Oh gosh.
I got a lot of stuff plugged in here, and so I'll be right back. Screen's a little dull.
What's up, traders? How we doing? Some Roku life. Junior, you feel bad for GameStop? I'm savage. I don't. They made enough money on my old systems. I don't know about you, but I sold way too many systems to GameStop for pennies on the dollar. They made their money. Woo. ADP taking a big hit, guys. ADP. Let me look up the news on this one. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, ADP with a big hit. We'll keep this one on watch.
I mean, I don't
might
feel bad.
continue.
I don't feel bad for GameStop at all because GameStop is the greediest company ever. People relate to them because people like video games, but GameStop is literally one of the greediest companies you'll ever
Yeah, I
see.
just mentioned it. It's they took all my money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I use GameStop growing up. That's why I do not feel bad for them at this point. I've had a lot of bad experiences with GameStop. I remember one year I was 18 and I bought an Xbox. You know, like I saved up for like 2 weeks with my little minimum wage job, and I bought an Xbox. You know, and right out of the box, the Xbox was broken, and so I go back to return this Xbox, and they refused to take it back, and they said they refused to take it back because I didn't buy insurance on it. And I told him, I was like, no, no, like I didn't break this Xbox. This Xbox was just straight up broken out of the box, you know. And like plus like the box was open when you sold it to me, so this is you, not me. And they like straight up refused to like return it, and they ended up giving me a used one instead. So just like just ridiculously greedy and just unnecessary. I don't even like GameStop. I'm not gonna say I'm glad they failed, but I'm glad they failed. You know, that's all I'm saying. GameStop is super
Ah,
greedy.
it's just how it goes. Yeah, they made their money, and now they can't make their money no more.
Right. Yeah, and GameStop, the whole model's completely obsolete. I mean, they're gonna die regardless. You know, like they're not
I
gonna.
thought I honestly think they were surviving just off of that, just off of making money off of uh, reselling consoles, and making about 80% margins still.
Yeah, I think.
Ridiculous.
See, I just think that everybody hates GameStop, man, and I think they treat their employees terribly. And at least that's what I've heard. I've never actually worked at a GameStop, but I just think they're a bad company, man. They're corporate. You know, they want gamers to relate and they want gamers to defend them, but they're just corporate nonsense by far. Um, yeah, I don't know.
All right.
All right,
Out
guys,
the
let's do this.
open, out the open, AMRN looks like the best opportunity for me right now. Uh, with that Tigger one, I'm gonna be watching that one also. That one has a support at that 610 mark. I want to see it make a run towards 615 and then make a quick move right back down towards that 6. That will give me the opportunity to get back in this stock on the short. If not, it is holding underneath $5, so we could get a run back up here. You got to pay attention as it comes back into those levels of 610 and 615. The resistance is 625, above 625. I could see this one getting right back up there to 660. So you got to be careful with this one. This one does have some momentum, and you're going to have to pay attention to the bag buyers here in the 590s and $6 range.
Yep, let's do this. We had a really good class that we uploaded yesterday called "Don't Get Caught in the Chop."
Yeah, the chop, man.
Yeah, man,
It'll get you.
for sure. It definitely will too. I mean, that's kind of the toughest part of trading is just that choppiness.
It's when moves are kind of going in between and not making full continuation moves. And when we're not making continuation moves, essentially, if you're going for these big ranges, you might get stopped out a lot in between. And those are times where you got to realize to pull back, hold your capital. And that's what we talked about in last night's lesson is really teaching you on, hey, you know, it's not always going to be the best trading environment. Sometimes you do got to pull back and hold your capital so that when the moment comes and your strategy is hitting again, you can go at it twice as hard, make your money back, and get your gains that you're looking for.
Right, for sure. Trading is one of those things that it all moves in waves. You know, you'll have a few weeks of like really ideal trading where your setups are working really well. You know, everything. It seems like everything you're doing is working. You might have a few losing days thrown in there, but it seems like everything you do is working. And then you're gonna have sometimes weeks where it's not like that. and either you're gonna have to pivot to a different strategy, or you're just gonna have to slow down in general. And if you don't, you'll get caught in the chop, and it can be rough. You know, that's kind of what can hurt accounts. Whoa, man, we got some dude angry in the chat here. Hey, quick, I mean, I'm sure I'm probably gonna ban this guy just because he's spamming the chat angrily, but you realize that your volume is completely independent of us, right? So like, if you want the volume lower, all you gotta do is lower the volume. You know, that's what I don't understand. But like I said, you'll probably get banned regardless, cause yeah, there you go. You're gonna get banned regardless, but all you gotta do is lower the volume, man. That's all you gotta do. It's completely independent of us.
This is one of those weird guys that uses a woman's picture to try to have people answer back to them.
Yeah. Man, yeah, they were super upset, man. I don't know. Like I said, our volume is completely independent of us. Your volume's completely independent. If we're too loud, all you gotta do is turn the volume down on your computer, man. You know, and it works. I know it does.
The last comment.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there, but
All right, guys. Let's do this. Let's get ready for the trading day. Let me get these scanners down.
yeah, hero. All the tiny stocks gonna go crazy now. Nah, just kidding. All right, guys, let's get set up. I do see some strength getting into that TIGR. Watch that one, guys. Look for big share size. You don't want to see the small share size. 100 shares is not going to matter in this stock. You're looking for a share size up there in the 2000s or higher, showing you that big retail investor getting in.
Yep. Now let's see what my account is at. My account is at $385 in profit, so not too shabby. I'll take it. Slowly building it back up. I gotta use some bigger sizing though. It's been too small of sizing for a while. All right, now that we got this, where should I put this little camera now on OBS?
Let's see. I'll let you know.
Probably right here.
All right.
I'm guessing. Right here makes the most sense, I think. Like that's probably the most reasonable spot for it, so you can still see my P&L right above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say just take out the top 20. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
It's your best shot.
Leave like a little window.
You can even make it. Yeah, you can make it even a little bigger if needed. You can widen it.
There we go. That'll work. All right, guys. TIGR, AMRN, probably my two main watches. Like always, I'm always gonna watch AMD as well. AMD and a few other ones. So we got a few options that we can keep an eye on today. We'll see what we get. Like I said, AMD, TIGR, main watches. We got about 2 minutes left until the open. 2 minutes. We got GoPro popping up on my scanners here. And let's see what else we get.
All right. I'll take a look at it.
Not really moving that much. We got Nike on my scanners too.
Nike's one that for the first time ever, they actually didn't hit their earnings, their estimates at least. But they're still hanging around, so it's one to watch at least.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll keep watch on Nike today. It looks weak. I like that daily chart. Yeah, I'm going to watch Nike for sure, guys. I like this one.
Look at AMD drop, though. AMD just took a big dive. It's down to 30.95, so I'll keep an eye on that one as well. Man, I need a shave. It's been a few days since I shaved. But yeah, AMD dropping down to 30.95 or so. TIGR looks okay, too. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to watch this range on TIGR. I drew it out a little bit earlier, but I think it makes the most sense. This range right here between 50... I guess 50, 50.80 or so, 50.80, and then 640, 650, really 650, 645, 650 right there. that's the range I'm watching. We also have a lot of support here at 610 for TIGR. All right, guys, we got 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
There's the bell. My mic's giving you problems here. Here, man. Look, just for you, Chase. Is that better? Can everybody hear me now? Should be better. Honestly, maybe I need to buy one of Mitch's. There we go. All right, you should be able to hear me much better now. All right, we got AMD dropping. Looking at AMRN. AMRN down to 2050s. Yeah, man. On penny stock scanner, we got IZEA popping up, RTTR, AEMD. Oh, he's talking about. Oh, you saying it's too loud, Chase? Yeah, that's probably true. It's probably the same dude. All right, so TIGR is right at the bottom of that level. I mean, I just want him to be about even, so I'll turn Mitch down a little bit, but not by much, just because I don't know how loud mine can get, and so that way it's just about even.
Just I got the quality.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, your mic is flexing on me today, man. You know,
Hey.
my mic's feeling bad. You know.
I'm just
All right.
glad I got a new one and it works nice. I definitely will watch, see if AMRN comes back. But
I'm looking at AMD for a possible fade again. It faded yesterday. I'm worried about a possible red to green move, but it's dropping some. We do have some solid risk above it for AMD.
Look at LJPC. This was one that I was talking about in pre-market, and it's already flushed a good 50 cents. It just never popped to 960s. I had an order out at 960s. If it would have popped 10 cents, I would have got a nice 50-cent quick flush there.
Look at AMD here. And I like it because you can use the whole dollar as your risk at about 7 cents. 7-cent risk, big reward. If I take it, I'm just going to take that one small, though. Because I don't trust it as much. The reason I'm going to take this one with much smaller share size is because I would have to use that previous high of the day as my risk. And if you guys know me, usually when that happens, it's a little bit more risky for me, and I don't like it as much. It's not necessarily an A+ setup. I don't mind AMRN either. But the risk reward's just too good not to take at least some shares with AMD if it can get up to 92. This isn't one of the ones I'm going to scale into either. If it gets up to 90, I'll take it with 100 and then kind of wipe my hands with it, risk about 10 cents. And so we'll give it some time. It's up to 87s. Maybe going to drop before we can get that opportunity. Yeah. We'll give it some time, though. 87s. All right, so it's up to 90s. I got in with 100 shares. Like I said, just a very, very minor trade. Let me set the recording. It's just one of those trades that I can try to build a little bit of profit up on the day if it works out, and if it doesn't, it's like a $10 loss. AMRN's right up there. Here, I'm right in the middle of trading, sweetie. Okay, it's right in the middle of the trading day. You can't right now. Okay, listen, I'll let you do it, but it's gonna be later. Okay, I'm right in the middle of trading. Sorry, my.
I got it started there on AMRN. Started there when I went to the VWAP there. It hasn't completely gone to VWAP, so I still have some order out to fill more, but I got it started there.
All right, so we're getting a little bit of a drop with AMD, a little bit of a drop. And like I said, this is all I was really trying to do with this trade is just take 10 shares and maybe let it work. You said you're in AMRN?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks good. I like that one for sure.
All right, covering 300 there, guys.
Beautiful follow through for that one too, man.
Covered $48.20 there. Still in 200 shares and just going to let the rest of it work. I still had 1,000 shares to fill there at 2060. Of course, you know, I wish I would have got filled at 2060 because, hey, I would be up $200 right there. instead of 48. But the only thing you can do is just stick to the trade the way you know how to trade it and try to maximize the gain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and we're getting a lot of drops this morning. And so it should be a pretty good environment for fades. AMRN looks good. And maybe I'll add some. I like AMD a little bit more now that it did flush. Maybe I'll add to it if it can pop up to like 85. But I still got to maintain that pretty tight risk. All things
Yep.
considered.
I'm looking for a pop in either CGC. CGC looking good. ACB. Cron.
All right, I'm in with 200 shares now of AMD. My average is 87.5, so not the best average really. I just got to stick with my risk here. It's going to be a very small trade no matter what. And so I just got to stick with my risk. If I lose, $20, $10, $20, I'll be okay. Ooh, that's my time to get out, guys. $11 loss. I think I managed that one fairly well. I added to it, and I could see the red to green move coming here for AMD. If I got squeezed out a little bit early, that's fine. Because I think looking at the chart, it looks very, very squeeze-ish right now for AMD. And so I'm glad I got out of that one. Looks like it's going to get squeezed up and break those highs, in all honesty, and break that high of the day. So I think I managed that one fairly well. Only lost $11 on it. Roku. Yeah, I'll look at Roku as well if it can come down there. What's the SPY doing?
All right, looking to get in also CGC here as it approaches VWAP.
Ooh, I might get in CGC too. I like CGC.
Still holding my 200 shares of AMRN.
If CGC can bounce up a little bit, I can scale into it. The SPY is actually rebounding here as well. And so I think that's what we got to be careful with, the SPY rebounding. But if CGC can get up there, I'll take it. It's just the spread is a little worse.
Okay, might get a move to 28, a quick move for AMRN. If I do, I'll take a cover at 28.
I'm going to watch a Cron as well. I don't know if CGC is going to give it to us, but we got a lot of washouts today. And so it should be beneficial for short positions in general and fades. We'll see. What did AMD end up doing here?
I canceled my order there for CGC.
Maybe AMD faked me out there, but like I said, I'm not upset about that one. It just got too close to the high of the day. It's one of the reasons I don't necessarily like using that high of the day as my risk for AMD. And so it is what it is. I'm going to jump in CGC with 50 shares. Bad spread. If I can get up there, I can get a little bit better entry. I'll take a little bit more. Same thing with Cron. Problem is just the volume so low. Whoa, there's got to be something off with this one on Cron here. There we go. I mean, honestly, the Alright, well, we're getting up there for CGC. I can add another 100, but I still got to maintain that risk level of about 22, and we're getting pretty close to there now. A little bit better of a drop, but we're getting kind of on that level where we really want to see it reject. And we're going to use that previous high as our risk right there at... maybe use 25 as our risk. I think 25 is probably the most reasonable level. I do like Cron. It's up there now as well. do like Kron, man. Kron's right there.
I'll seize it.
I'm just gonna stick with my CGC trade though. Very minor trade right now. Just
There you go. Look at AMRN. Boom.
all right. CGC's getting another squeeze up here.
My God.
Problem with CGC is the volume. It's just a little bit low for this one, and so I just gotta be very, very careful. I'm gonna get out of CGC here. I just don't like the volume. It's just too
There you
much.
go, guys. Good trade there. Good trade there, AMRN. $111 there. 500 shares. I'll take it. Went
Nice.
right down to the support there. Got it right down to the 26 support that I expected it to make a quick move to. And I went and covered there, looking to get back in this stock at VWAP. I'm going to just keep an eye on it now. I was trying to get in CVM there, but I wasn't able to get a fill there. Thinkorswim's acting up on me, so I'm going to close it, reopen it.
Yeah, we're mostly taking short positions. I'm looking at cannabis stocks. I'm trying to trade small with a lot of these, and so you'll see me take a lot of small positions with these. The volume's a little bit lower with some of these today. I was in CGC short with a fade, but it just squeezed up. But like I said, my sizing's pretty small with all of these anyway. And so we'll see. But like I said, we're getting some squeezes up with some of these, and yeah, I'm just not having the best results with them. Volume's low, and so just not as beneficial. Getting a lot of fake outs and a lot of squeezes up.
All right. No stress, man. Just take it easy. There's some out there. I found a really good one, and there's a couple out there. We've seen a lot of moves. Just might get the first fake out. Just stay true to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm comfortable in most of these. I'm just holding CGC now, or Kron, with 100 shares, but I'm only down $30 on the day, so very, very minor day.
Junior mentioning HTZ. I'll check it out in a second. Just trying to get my charts back up. My computer was going crazy. Thinkorswim was going crazy, more like it.
Roku fade.
Okay.
Yeah, Roku did fade. I do like that one too.
Okay, with HTZ, you have what's called a symmetrical triangle. It's not necessarily the VWAP fade because of the symmetrical triangle, but you can get in here on both sides, long and short. That's the problem with HTZ. You do have a good risk there, measurement on 560, but the same way can be said for the long on 550.
Yep.
I would go off of my personal opinion is the short side of this 560 risk. That's just because of the daily supporting it.
Yeah, Hero. Yeah, man. Sorry. Like I said, Hero, if we're right in the middle of trading, man, we're not going to be able to help you with your non-trading related question. So sorry, brother.
You still in Kron?
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
using that 95 risk level or so. But the problem with the cannabis stocks today are the spreads. So in turn the volume is a little bit worse with some of these. But yeah, I mean it's a minor day. I just
All
gotta
right.
use this.
Got a starter there. Starter there in CGC here.
You think Thinkorswim was messing up as well? Yeah, man. I don't know mine seems to be doing okay today.
Yeah, it was just bugging. I would agree with that statement. It wasn't like anything too bad, but it was just like causing my computer to act all crazy.
Yeah. All right, so like I said, my risk in Kron is right here at this level. If it breaks that level, no.
NPTN holding, guys. NPTN won the watch for the day also. That one's showing some strength there as it came back down yesterday.
Daddy, can you help me play the Sonic
No,
game?
I can't help you play Sonic right now, bud. Buddy, I'm working right
But
now.
help me beat this level.
Buddy, I'm working right now. You gotta go inside. I can't help you beat that level, man. Here, and honestly, that sound can't be out here, bud. You gotta go inside. Thank you. Here, close the door. Sorry, my son's trying to get me to play Sonic with him right now.
Oh, that was cute, bro.
Yeah, man. It's cute until he does it to you 50 times.
Yeah,
And
then you're just.
yeah.
I didn't sign up for all this.
Well, I love my son, but he's obsessed with Sonic, and he can't beat the Sonic bosses, and so he always needs me to do it. And honestly, I love doing it because I'm good at Sonic, and Sonic's my game. But when you're in the middle of everything, and he asks you 5 times a day,
Yeah.
at a certain point,
All
it's just
right.
like, all right.
All right. Seeing a little bit of a pullback here for CGC. Not looking too bad now for us. Should have hit my ad there in the 22s, 21 area, but I didn't get it, so I just got to stick to my area.
You're in CGC?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man, I got squeezed out of that one. It went to my wrist. My wrist was 25, and it tapped me out. It baby tapped me.
Yeah, I set my wrist right at 25, and I was looking to add right there, but the only problem was the ass was right there at 25 also. So
Yeah.
looking to add here at 21. I'll add if it bounces at 21, but if not, let it just keep fading.
Yeah, honestly, I'll add to Kron if it bounces up to 89. Just because it put in that high. It's something that I'll always talk about. When a stock puts in a high, like a very obvious high, like on Kron, you could see it right here at 93. When a stock puts in a very obvious high like that and then gets rejected and starts to look weak and breaks under all of that new formed resistance, then I'm much more confident in the trade for a few reasons. One of them is that now I can use that as my risk level. You know, like for instance, Mitch can probably use that 26 level as his risk level, that previous high. And I can now use this 93 level as my risk. And if I extend it, I'm sure it has some type of confirmation. And so I can add to this position and then just maintain that risk level.
Yep. Let's see what I see here. Oh, look at that CVM. I was trying to get in that one. That one washed out 40 cents right on the dime. Bam. There's CGC.
I know, man. Honestly, it barely stopped me out. It's one of those ones where it just stops me out right at the, honestly, I think I jumped out of it too soon. Yeah, and then we're getting a washout. I mean, I don't mind the washout here on Kron. I've noticed about myself, like, my first few trades are like feeler trades. I'll get in with 100 or 200 shares, and if it works out great, sometimes I'll be done, but...
All right. Expecting a little bounce here. So I'm going to take 300 off there, pay myself. Looking to jump in this as this bounces here. If it just flushes down, I'll just take that last little gain. And I'm all right with taking, $150, $100, $160 on this trade.
Yeah, I think I'm going to kind of go for it a little bit more with, now that I got a little bit better spread, I'm in with 200 shares. What? Yes. They can't see you. They can't see you. My wife's out here asking me with my cameras on. It's facing me. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, she'll be on camera one day. You guys will see her, but not right now.
Oh, I missed when AMRN went back to 50. I would have taken that. That was nice. It didn't get to 52, but still a nice move there. Hey, look what you know. HTZ broke down that symmetrical triangle, made a move up, went to 58. Like I told you guys, risk off that 60. It went rejected immediately from that 58 all the way right down to the bottom of the symmetrical triangle, 41.
Yeah, honestly, AMRN looked good too, man. That one did flush nicely. Alright, so I got my feeler trades out for the day. I'm still holding 200 shares in Roku. We'll see.
Okay, SPY still holding down.
The birds, man, I can hear the birds. I don't know if it's through your headset or if it's actually just where I'm at.
It's where you're at.
Yeah, man. I think I can hear them through your headset, and so
yeah. Interesting sensation.
yeah, man. I can hear the birds that are where I am through your headset, so it's cool. BYND dropping.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I was coffee shop trading.
Yeah, man. It's fun, man. Honestly, I really enjoy it. I wish I had something like this in my house, and I almost want to buy like a roof for my house so I can like do this type of stuff at my house, because this is like really relaxing, and it makes it so that my emotions aren't super high, because regardless of what happens in my trades, I'm in like a really relaxing environment. You know, we got birds chirping, animals running outside. It's great, man.
All right, let's see what I can set up here.
Hey, bud, I can't help you beat Sonic right now, man.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't. And I'm not asking you to beat Sonic.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be with you.
Okay.
Daddy, can you make me space? Put your phone on the other side.
All right. Here, why don't you go get your sister? I think she wanted to be here too.
Daddy. 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 Daddy.
No, I got rid of him for a little while.
All right, guys, got a little starter here. LJPC, risk is 46.
All right, so I could add to this one on Cron. The problem is the volume. You know, the spread's not that bad. It's a 2-cent spread. Hey, bud, they can see you, man. Yep, they can see you.
What about Maddie?
Maddie can see you. Here, put some pants on.
Swim pants.
Go put some pants on. You can't wear a swimsuit on the camera. Go put some pants on.
They can't see me.
They can. Go. If you want to be on camera, you gotta go put some pants on.
I will kneel down.
Maddie. Sheesh, man. Kids. Constant.
Vacation, man. That's
Yeah,
all
man.
I gotta say.
Constant arguing, man. Oh, look, a squeeze. All right, so we got a squeeze in Cron. I could add to it. I'm thinking about adding to it and then just maintaining that same risk. Let me see. And if it's a losing day, I mean, my losing videos get more views than my winners anyway.
That's how it
All right, bud.
goes.
Here, watch out. No, do not. You cannot press buttons right now. No, you cannot press buttons on my computer. Do not press buttons. No.
I really like the button.
I know you do, but you can't press them.
What? Can you scoot over, Daddy?
You cannot press buttons right now, man. All right, so we're getting a squeeze up. It's up to 91s. I could add to it. I think I'll just maintain that risk.
Hey.
My kids are hanging out with me today. Can y'all see them? Yeah, you should be able to see them, right? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're at 89, which isn't terrible. I could add and then just maintain that 93 risk. The problem is the volume, though. I like that drop much, much better now. I'm thinking about adding a little bit more here. Alright, I added one more 100 lot, and my full sizing is 300 now. And this will be my last trade. If it's a losing trade, that's okay.
Man, AMRN squeezed up there, guys. Really, that's a squeeze. I haven't seen one of those in a while. That's
Really?
a nice, yeah, it's squeezed hard.
Alright, well then I gotta watch some of these too, because typically, let me see the
That's,
SPY.
I mean, you're fine right now. AMD's AMD's holding that VWAP. MU's holding down. AMAT's still VWAP baiting. SPY's still holding down.
Yeah, we got a drop in CRON, so it's a little bit better now.
Yeah, right.
There we go. There's 84s. All right, so my full size is 300 shares. I'm in with 300 shares now. It's down to 85. I like it now. We just want to see it down to 70s. If we can get it down to 70s, I can take some profits.
Ew. Disgusting.
Hey, y'all chill out. All right, there's a bounce back up to 86s. And it's in this range now that we can kind of add to it around the top. There's 87s. Either way, though, it's 300 shares, and my account's got a decent enough in the profits to not be super worried about it. just maintain under this previous resistance above it. I'll continue it. If it breaks, then I'll just jump out of it. That's okay. Okay, hey, no yelling. If you're gonna yell like that, nope, that wasn't her. That was you.
Yeah, that was yours. So are you coming to the beach?
All right, guys. Looking to add here for my CGC trade, but have to hold tight to that 25.
Get your face in the camera.
All right, so we got another drop down to 87s, 86s, and so it's a lot better. We're just gonna look to see if it holds. If not, like I said, I mean, my account's got roughly $400 in profits in it, and so, you know, as long as we can have a reasonable loss, if it is a loss, then I'll accept it, and I'm just gonna go hang out with my family. Hasn't been the best day for me fade wise. I think the problem, yeah, see, there's a squeeze in the SPY, so I got to be very careful here because we are getting a large spike in the SPY, which consequently could be worse for my position, but we'll see.
No stress. Your position's just slow moving, man. Just take it easy. It's tense. It's a tight range there.
Yep.
So it's not, you don't have to worry about a big squeeze or
Are we
anything.
taking a car to the beach?
Well, I think we got to worry about a squeeze just because the volume's low. And so
Not a big one. Not a big one. It's not. It wouldn't go past 16.
Right, for sure. I
So-
think that's what I'm watching too. 16 is kind of that level. Here, he can go in. Let him go in if he wants to.
Yeah, you're good.
Keep the door open.
You can close it, buddy.
I like my rejection there in CGC. I wanted to add there and that pop there to 40.19, but the spread never got to where I needed it to, which was 40.15, 40.18. I liked it. That's a good rejection there. Good signal. All it needs to do is just start going through the 40s now. You don't want it back up there by the 40.20s, at least for my trade.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's just part of having kids, brother. You know, you learn to multitask for sure. You know. Speaking of that, hey, why don't y'all go inside? Let me finish work, and then we'll go hang out. Okay?
Yeah, AMD squeezing there, guys. So can you pay attention to his squeeze?
All right.
I'm in this LJPC trying to get this down below.
All right.
BWAP here.
My kids are finally inside. Whew. That was hard. My daughter's not bad. My son, he, on the other hand, will not sit still. All right, so there's 82s. Let's see if we get this washout here for Kron. I like it much better. It's built in it put in a lower high, which is great. And so, yeah, we'll see if this works out. Let's see, if I want to scale out, I'll probably end up taking half off 150. Ideally, though, we want to see it break down to like the 70s. 75 is probably my profit target for this one.
I saw that rejection here. So this is that third attempt to break down on CGC. Definitely want this one breaking down here. If not, it's going to be holding for that squeeze. And we'll hold tight for that 409 VWAP now. Now that we're below. There you go. Nice break there for me. Should looking good for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a pretty day here, Sid. It's a pretty day, man. Feels good. It's not warm. You see, I got a long sleeve shirt on. It's not super warm, and feels good out here, man. Yeah, honestly, I've been sick for the last few days. I've been on vacation for the last 2 days, and I haven't really left the Airbnb I'm staying at because I've just been so nauseous. All right, so I'm liking Kron a lot better now. It's just like Mitch said earlier, I think it's just a slow grind.
Slow grind right here. Sometimes you got to just hold your position. Remember, I tell you, sometimes the best thing to do is you've already made the decision. Stick to your trade.
Yep. There's 79s. Quick bounce up to 80s.
All right, guys. I'm out there on CGC just because it's at a support, and I don't think it's going to make it to 39.80s. So I'm just gonna take the base hit there. That's a nice $50 trade there on CGC.
Yeah, Mitch was in that short, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was short. We're mostly, if it's your first time joining us, we're mostly short traders. Although we do trade long sometimes. Like Mitch definitely trades long a little bit more than I do, but mostly short biased. Specifically VWAP fades. And if you go to our website, we got a lot of good information on the strategies we trade, so you'll kind of understand what we're talking about a little bit easier. But yeah, I'll try to post that link in a minute here. Mitch, can you post that link actually?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got you.
Mitch will post the website link, and like I said, on the website we have broker reviews, we have a strategy section where we break down the different strategies we use, and if you go to our free trading camp section of our website, we actually have a free trading camp that has a lot of free trading classes. Like a lot of our free trading classes, we actually have a few different classes on VWAP strategies and kind of how we approach them. We have a really good one on VWAP fades, and then another good one on VWAP bounces as well, and then just VWAP strategies in general. And so go check those out, and you'll kind of understand the strategies we use a little bit better. But they're pretty reliable for the most part. Obviously, they don't work every day, but there's a specific way we approach them with good risk reward where, there's definitely an edge, at least the way we approach it. Yeah, we'll see if this one works out though. Maybe my entry was not great, and so I probably should have scaled into it and taken some profits from where I was, but I'm definitely not liking it as much here. As long as it puts in a higher low, I'll be happy, but we'll see. Ideally, we'd like to see a washout. Oh, also, if you're interested in using the same platform and broker that Mitch and I use, go check out TradeNet. Honestly, really dynamic, customizable scanners. They allow you to do a lot of different stuff with trade ideas. But also, go check out TradeNet. Like I said, same platform and broker that Mitch and I use every day. I think there's a lot of benefits for the new trader using them. Specifically, I think that you can actually short stocks on TradeNet. And I think most new traders aren't going to be able to short stocks, especially for $400. And I think if you think about it, a TradeNet package, their base package, is the equivalent of like 2 months of a paper trading platform. And so I think, and it also comes with like 2 weeks of a paper trading platform itself. And so there's a big edge with it. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. You get 14K in buying power with their base package. Like I said, no PDT rule, shorting ability, pretty cheap commissions. That's one of the ways I can take, 50, 100 shares, and you'll see me do that very often, is because commissions are so cheap if I use small sizing on TEFs and TradeNet. And so there's a lot of benefits for the new trader, and if you want to check that out, I'll post that link here as well, and you can check that out. And there's the link in the chat if you do want to check those out.
Wow. Did you see that reversal on AMRN?
No. I'm sitting in a cron and it's squeezing
That
back
was
up to my
interesting.
entry.
That was interesting to say the least.
In AMRN, you said?
Yeah. Squeeze up to the resistance there,
Whoa.
2080s, and then
Hey
right
man, you remember I dubbed AMRN unreliable. You remember that?
for a while. Yeah,
man.
for a while.
I mean, this is why. It's just sketchy. Look at those moves. It's just sketchy, man.
Oh, I guess I'm a sketchy trader. I trade that sketch.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking of adding to, oh no, there's no way I'm adding to it now. Not with this squeeze up. Yeah, here's a squeeze up on Kron. Getting pretty close to jumping out of it.
Yeah, I'm expecting this move up here for CGC to the VWAP. I want to see it reject there, and if it does reject on its way back down through 40, I'll hit it. Then it'll make its way to 30, 39.80s. But yeah, it was just one of those range trades. It went right down to the bottom of the range, then right back up.
Yeah, that's what I said a little bit earlier. I said I think my entry was a little bit late, and so I think because of that, since my entry was a little bit early, actually not late, that my entry was worse, and so I should have taken profits. I'll put it this way: I should have taken profits at 78, but instead I ended up getting a little stubborn with it. I think that's kind of what happened with this CRON trade, and it's a learning experience for sure. I can't complain too much. Like, my trading's been on point lately. It really has. And so it's been one of the best kind of not a streak, because I have had losing days, but like the last 4 months, man, have probably been the best 4 months I've ever had trading. Just super consistent. Really proud of my trading the last few months, and I know it's just it's been a great learning experience as well, just being able to just put in consistency like that. Like, that's what I'm pumped about, is that, like, that consistency I've been showing is like 1 point, you know, and I just want to keep it going. I know the next step is I need to scale up in sizing. I do need to scale up in sizing a little bit more, and I've gotten to the point where a normal gain or loss is like $40, but close the door here. If you want to sit, you can. There we go. It's a little bit better for Kron.
There you go. Nice rejection there off of AMAT. AMAT was doing the VWAP fade, so I saw a nice rejection there. I would watch that one. I'd short a bounce to 73 or to the 80s. I like the rejection there. Let's see. Also,
My wife might come on stream.
What?
Yeah, she might. I don't know. I think she was about to sit down here, but then... Is Mama going to the beach with y'all?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you gonna come?
Once I finish working, I still got about probably 15 more minutes left at least, and I'm in a trade, but yeah.
We're about to leave, so...
Oh. Hey, nice, Junior. Hey, man, 35-cent gain is decent, man. Per share, I hope. But as long as that's a per share gain, I mean, that's decent. I mean, even if it's not, even if you just made 35 cents, I mean, you know, 35 cents is 35 cents, brother. So
Definitely.
But honestly, that's a good game. For sure. Alright, Alright, guys, hold on. I'm gonna mute it really quick, and I'll be back in a second. Hold it down. I'm still in this trade, but I'll be back.
All right, guys. I saw APHA take a turn there for the worse, going down there. Kron still looking good. John's trade. I'm in this LJPC trying to let it crash here, but it's really not moving much. I might just take it off. There goes CGC. Looks like I should have held on a little bit longer, but hey, you know, it only had 100 shares left, so I went and I took the trade off. John should be getting towards the support here. There it is, 1580s, getting there.
Alright, I am back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so we got, with Kron, it's still kind of no man's land. I don't mind. So what I'm looking at with Kron, just so everybody can kind of see here, Um, yeah, I mean VWAP bounces. I love VWAP bounces and they work for sure, but sometimes they work better than others, and on certain stocks they work better than others. For VWAP bounces, you have to have a really bullish market a lot of the time. Like you want to see the market pushing up with VWAP bounces, and I think the SPY is probably dropping today, just based off of what I see everything else doing. It's sideways, so we're getting sideways action in the SPY, so not as beneficial for fades and bounces, obviously, when the market is this choppy. And it kind of goes to show. Go check out our class yesterday. It's literally a class called Don't Get Caught in the Chop. And this is what we're talking about. Like if you look at the SPY, anytime, the way you can identify choppiness is when, if you look at the SPY, so the VWAP, if it's really above the VWAP, it's in a very bullish trend. And if it's really below the VWAP, it's in a very bearish trend. And when I say trend, I mean intraday trend. And so when you see the SPY chopping over and under the VWAP, over and over and over again, over and under the VWAP, that means it's in a neutral trend, which means it's choppy. And so when you see a stock going over and under the VWAP over and over and over again, it's choppy. That just means lack of volume, indecision, and neutral movement, if that makes sense to everybody. All right, so we're down to 83. We'll see if we can get a little bit better drop. Does anybody remember my wife, the stream my wife did that day?
All right. Just covered 300 shares on LJPC.
Yeah, come on, be on stream again.
Not doing too bad, man. 3 winners today.
Hi.
I'm back.
Look, there's my wife.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. Love you. All right. I'll see you in like 20 minutes.
Alright, yeah, just call me when you're about to be done.
All right.
There you go. Got a nice crackdown there. Let's see if we get down to 910s here for LJPC.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can break 83. It needs to break here. This is where it bounced last time, right around 79 to 83 is where we get the breakdown for CRON. And like, I don't necessarily mind adding to it. I think the SPY has to drop here though. If the SPY keeps bouncing up, that's what we're kind of getting caught in. Is this choppy action? What does she think of my trading? I mean, she supports it. You know, she supports the YouTube channel more than my trading, you know. I think if it was up to her and I could just do the YouTube without trading, she would prefer that, you know. But yeah, she at this point, I mean, naturally, I think with any I think most of the time they're going to be skeptical. I think family's going to be skeptical, and it's understandable so. And what you really got to understand is just don't promise your family, like don't give your family all these hopes and dreams behind your trading, because the truth is that most people are going to fail trading. And that's just the blunt truth. I know most of these gurus, educators, and all that stuff, most of them aren't going to tell you that, but most people are going to ultimately fail at trading. And so, you know, it's not what these gurus say where buy my course and you can make millions in a week if you buy my course. It's just not like that. It's going to take months, if not years, to really learn how to do it successfully. And even then, it's not going to be it's not going to be as stable of a source of income as other stuff, you know. And so don't give people unrealistic expectations of it, you know. Be real about it. That's the best advice I can give. Just be real about it. Hey, thanks, James. Thanks, brother. Yeah, bring my mother-in-law out in here next. I'm okay. Alright, yeah, we're getting a squeeze up in the SPY. But again, I mean, my wife knows, she knows I put in these solid green streaks where I don't lose for days and days. And so she understands it's a probabilities. You know, it's a probabilities game, and that sometimes I'm going to do well and sometimes I'm not. And I can't go crazy if I don't do well. You know what I mean?
All right, guys. I'm not really liking this LJPC. I could hold. Maybe I'm just being a little emotional on it, but it's such a slow volume day on it that I'm just going to get out, step out. I'll take that victory.
Yeah. Green is good, brother. Sounds like you've been doing well today, man.
Yeah, not doing bad. Not doing bad at all. I'm up 198.
Nice. All right, so we're getting closer to the top of this range on CRON.
Yeah, I'm pulling back CGC here.
And what we're getting here, like if you look at the SPY is squeezing up. Like we'll see. I hope this range stays low here. Like I hope we get this this lower range test again. Like I hope it drops down to this lower range. But we'll see. I'm not super confident in it regardless.
Yeah.
Like I want to see it. I want to see it drop. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to be surprised, and I'm ultimately not going to be upset. You know.
Yeah, I'm
Either
seeing
way.
a lot of stocks near that squeeze point, so I'm going to pay attention to it, see what happens here.
All right, we're down to 86. Yeah, we're still just in that range. And I could add to it, but that last, you see it put in a lower high, or a higher low right here at 81. That's the only problem. So we'll see. I'm not in Florida. Mitch used to be in Florida, but now Mitch is in Colorado, right?
Yep, Colorado. Baby.
Colorado.
All right, I'm actually seeing, guys, a potential of a huge squeeze on AMRN. I'm looking at it on a 5-minute, and it keeps faking out on a 1 minute to the downside. And you look at it on a 5-minute, you're going to see a big hold at 20.35. I'm expecting a pullback here to the 50s, and then that lift off.
Yeah,
So
we're
we
getting
keep
that
an eye on
squeeze
it.
up. We're getting that squeeze up on Cron here. It's up to 88s. 88s. We'll see. Not really loving it right now. But after this, I'm going to go hang out with my family. Either way, it's going to be a small day. I'll try to make a video about this. But this range test is getting up there. And like I said, the SPY is rebounding. It's just one of those days where we got a lot of choppiness.
Honestly, I think you're still in play, at least in play, and that's what you do as a trader. You stick to your rules, you stick to your limits, and that's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm letting it go up to 93. And so I'm risking about $60 on the day, which is fine. 93 is where I'm at. I like this drop. If it can hold under this level, really liking this drop. We're also getting a subsequent drop in the SPY. And so the SPY is also dropping some here, which should be good. Down to 86.
CGC dropped there nicely. Was my LJPC trade looks like it panned out. It's now down to 915s from my 930 entry, but it got too light volume for me.
I almost want to add to this one if it gets back up there. Just because this range has been so reliable, meaning it's held under that top of the range every time it's tested it. It's gotten rejected. And so very easy risk level at this point. Very obvious levels now. And I don't mind it for a little bit bigger size. You know, risking 60, 65 bucks on the day. It's not too bad. Maybe add 100 here. Just depends. We'll see.
All right, guys. AMRN getting strong there in the 50s like I expected it to. Keeping a close eye on this one.
Alright, so we're back up to 86. I could add to it 400 shares. Let's see. I'm risking $28. So risking about 60 bucks. It's not that bad actually, but it's a little bit too late. I was too busy doing the math in my head for this one. It's down to 83s now, which is great. We'll see if we get a flush, but you got to do the face cam tomorrow, Mitch. You got to give us one of these days, man. You know?
Uh-oh.
You should both do it, man. We could both be on one side. Honestly, think about how cool that would be. We could both be on one side, you know?
Yeah, it would be pretty nice.
All right, we got 83s.
All right, take it easy, James. Look at AMRN getting strong here. I'm telling you, a little part of me wanted to buy that 2050 pullback there, but I'm waiting for it to really break out, show me that sign of strength.
Yeah, James. Have a good day, brother. Thanks, man. Have a good day, bro. Alright, so we're getting a squeeze up, and like I said, I really don't mind adding to it at this point with another 100 shares. If we can get up to 86 or so. Alright, so I went ahead, I know. Did I add to it? No, I wanted to. Never got it. Tried. 84s. Oh well. I just gotta let it go. Oh man. $85s. I could start considering adding to it again here. We are getting a bounce in the SPY, and so I think that's not necessarily great. Okay, hey, listen, John, I'm going to get to your questions, man, but don't come here demanding stuff and then saying the same thing over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right in the middle of a trade. And so if you do that, you're going to get banned, man. I've had this specific one, the pro one, for a few months. But again, I mean, I'm not acting like an expert or a guru or anything like that. We don't charge for anything here. And so we're just letting people watch us for free, regardless of whether we win or lose. Oh, no, you're good, man. Yeah, I saw it, man. I'm sorry, brother. We get a lot of people here that are really kind of forceful. And so if I snapped at you, my bad, man. But yeah, I'll see it. Just give me a little bit. I'll try to get to everybody's chat. Oh, no, you're good, man. Don't stress.
Looking good, bro. Looking good. Look at CGC. Look how CGC broke down there.
Alright, so I added 100 shares to it. I got 400 now. And I'm just going to stick with that 93 risk. And if it squeezes me out, you know, it squeezes me out. That's okay. It's stayed pretty solid in this range. The only concerning thing, though, is that it's now above the VWAP. But I just got to stick to that risk.
Well, ACB, APHA, and CGC all look bearish. Still really bear. So at least in the sector, you're fine. Cron is a little more tight than the other three, but that's just a pattern.
No, I didn't grow it. This is the pro package, so I just upgraded it. I wish I grew it, and I could pretend like I grew it, but I didn't. I just upgraded my package and paid for it. So.
All right, guys, seeing the squeeze here in AMAT.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here, John, is that, like, we're just honest with people, you know? Like, a lot of the gurus here, they'll try to sell you a course, and that's fine, and some of them do have value. But, like, Mitch and I just try to be honest with people. We just try to show people everything. So, like, we day trade live on stream every day. All of our trades are either on the stream, and if they're not, okay, here's the top of the range squeeze I got to be a little bit more weary of here. It's up to 91, 92. 93. I'm going to let it test that 93 level. That's the big level. But if it squeezes up and breaks that, I just got to jump out of it. Let it test. Gotta give it a moment. Hands on the cover button. Back down to 93s, 92s. Alright, so that's the top of the range right there at 93. And you can see the resistance line I drew there. And so that's the level we're looking to see if it holds. I want to see that level hold, and I want to see it get rejected. If it doesn't, that's fine. I mean, if I have a losing day, it's a losing day. I'm not really bummed out about it. It's been a solid few months. But I can let it test, and I'm going to give it some time to let it test. And if it breaks up strong, then I just got to get out of it. But obviously, we want to see that 93 level hold, and we do have a little bit of confirmation there. But
yeah.
Right at that level, right at 93. Man, those birds, even though I might get stopped out here, those birds are super calming, man.
All right, there's a squeeze. AMRN, guys. I called this one out. Potential squeeze. Potential squeeze there. Pull back to 2050s. Look at her go. She's starting to get some good momentum there.
On average, I'd probably hold here. I can show you my old chart. I still have to update. Once I'm out of this trade, I still have to update my charting. But I think on average, I hold a stock for like 30 minutes tops. Sometimes I'll hold them longer, but most of the time it's under 30 minutes. It's like, I'd say probably average is 18 minutes or so. 18 to 25 minutes, I think is what I think it said. I'll have to go back and check. But it's not hours for sure.
There you go.
Alright, there's 93s. SPY squeezing up. Like I said, I can let it test this level, but I gotta be very strict with this level here. It's at 93s. It can get to 94, but ultimately we want to see this level reject. And so I'll give it some time. If it breaks 95 here, I just gotta jump out.
Look at AMRN there now, up there to 2090s. I called this squeeze out, guys. Look at that squeeze. This is why you use multiple time frames to watch out for trades, guys. Now up there to 1290s, up there to 20s, almost hitting 21s there. That's a squeeze, guys. 400,000 shares added there. I'm looking for a pullback here to the 2080s, 2090s. I can go ahead and take a trade on this.
What do you want to see in my trade manager? All the colons? What do you mean? Here. I don't have enough room. Here's my trades for the day. I mean, log, trades. Yeah, not a great day. Definitely had a bunch of losing trades today, but they're all small. 3 losing trades. And honestly, 3 losing trades to keep it under $75 is like very reasonable. And again, I mean, my account is, let's see. After today, my account is roughly at $300 in net profit. And so I'm still in the green with it. That's probably going to be it for me today, though. I'm not going to... Today's just not my day, guys. And it is what it is. It happens for sure. After yesterday, I think I'm down about $50 this week. And so it's very reasonable so far. Last week was a profitable week. I made a few hundred. And so, yeah, it's just losing days and losing weeks are even going to happen. And as traders, I think it's really important to understand that you can't beat yourself up when you have losing days or weeks. They're going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop them. And the best thing you can do is just learn to deal with them and then kind of reset and then, you know, have a good day the next day. You know what I mean? That's the best advice I can give. Yeah, no stress. The columns. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, where's my trade manager? I could throw that up. Just to show you guys, like, I'm not hiding anything. I can show you guys my trader view. Somebody's asking me about my average time. Let me log into trader view real quick, and then I'll sign off. But yeah, I think it was time to get out of Cron. I think it was at the top of the range. And I think it was just time to get out. Yeah, so far this is my trader view graph. After I don't know what it would be at right now. I'm sure this line is a little bit sideways. This was still when I was still on my green streak. And so that's kind of my trader. Yeah, I got stopped out. But this is my trader view graph. Somebody was asking me how long I hold stocks. Yeah, average hold time is 17 minutes for a winning trade. Or no, for a winning trade, its average hold time is 25 minutes. I thought it was 18 and 25. It's 17 and 25. So average hold time for a winning trade is 25 minutes, and average hold time for a losing trade is 17 minutes. And so not bad, but the good thing to take from this is that I'm holding my winners longer than my losers. Roughly 62% accuracy, which is good in trading. You know, don't believe everybody that tells you you need an 80% accuracy rate to be successful. 62% winning percentage, not bad. Profit factor of 2.26, so not bad.
SPY breakout there, guys. SPY breakout. I was waiting for the 15-minute range to break out. I'm going to go ahead and not be looking for shorts anymore. Look for reversals. Look for things to squeeze. As I see the SPY head up there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't using 16 as the top. I was using 1593, so I was using this high right here. And these work out so well. Like I said, this should have worked. My biggest mistake with Cron right here is that I got in a little bit early. Like, my average for this trade should have been about 90, 89, 90. And then if that was my average, then I could have taken some for sure at 78 down here and taken profits. And even if it squeezed back like this, it would have still been a green trade. Unfortunately, I got in a little bit too early, and so I think that kind of ruined the trade for me. But it's a mistake, you know. Mistakes happen. All I can do is learn from it and, you know, come back strong tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. The account manager, I said the trade manager. Trade manager. Yeah, I know, I already did this. I mean, I don't have room to put this up. This is unnecessary to put up. There's my tickers, trades, logs, symbol, orders, you know. But I don't have any room to put this up. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close it down, guys. So, yeah, have a good day. We'll see you all a little bit later. And, yeah, I'll try to have a video out today. I'll see what I can do. I know I haven't had a video out in the last week or so. It's been kind of tough. The Pro has a lot more. John, for sure. Pro has a lot more. But yeah, best to reach out to them and ask them. But it's, you know, it has a lot more for sure. I think Kron is probably going to end up squeezing up to 16 anyway. And so I'm happy with the exit. It just broke out of that range, which is fine. But yeah, just not my day today, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close it down, guys. So like I said, go check out TradeNet. One of the ways we keep the stream free is if you're interested in checking out TradeNet, which is the same platform and broker that Mitch and I use, I'll post that link here as well. It has a lot of huge benefits for new traders. Specifically, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with their base package. So on their base package, you can trade with 14,000 in buying power. There's also no PDT rules, so you can day trade as much as you want. You know, the PDT rule limits you by 3 day trades per week. I traded 3 times today. And so there's no PDT rule on TradeNet and TEFs. You can day trade as much as you want. You can actually short stocks, which is extremely rare. Most of the time you need a margin account to short stocks, which is over $2,000 for most brokers. With TEFs and TradeNet, for less than $400, you get a margin account, or you can actually short anything that's tradable. And commissions are pretty cheap if you use small sizing. And it also comes with a trading course, access to a trading chat room, and a lot of other stuff. And so it's a great bundle for new traders, and I think it can really get their feet wet and help them learn how to trade. I think the way new traders really should approach TradeNet packages is trade small.
Started there.
I think they should approach it and trade small, and just
long MRN there.
And just trade small, and then try to get as much experience as possible, because I think experience is what really helps you learn how to trade, and I think that's where TradeNet really shines. And so if you're interested in checking that out, there's the link. I'll post that link here as well. Sorry, I'm getting an error here. Hold on.
There you go. AMRN breaking out there.
But yeah, there's the link if you want to check that out. If you see want to use the broker we do, go check them out. That's a walkthrough where I break down their pros and cons. And then there's the link in the chat if you want to actually go check them out. But like I said, if you go through my link, you can get the intro package for like $3.99, and so it's pretty cheap, all things considered. Look at the SPY squeeze up here. All right, Mitch, I know you're in a trade, brother. I gotta go though, man.
It's all good, man.
Okay.
No worries. I'll keep everybody updated on the Discord.
Yeah. So go check out the Discord if you want to follow along with our trades. We have a free trade.
4 trades, 4 green.
Yeah, man. I had 3 trades, none green.
That's how it is sometimes, right?
Yeah, man. I traded small. I'm less than $75 loss, so I traded small, so it was fine. But yeah, go check out our Discord if you want to follow along with Mitch and see kind of what he's doing. I don't know if I'll trade any more today, but there's the Discord link if you want to join it. Like I said, our goal for that is to create a free day trading chat room. So go check out the link in the chat. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I will see you all a little bit later. And yeah, have a good day. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button if you want to help support the channel. If you go to our free trading camp playlist, if you go to one of our playlists on our YouTube channel or on our website, we've got a lot of good free content. We've got a lot of free classes. At this point, we probably have like 13 hours of classes for free on courses and classes and day trading and the different strategies we use. And so go check those out as well if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you all a little bit later. Have a good day, guys.
Take care, guys.